Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel Code with Abhinay. So, in the last class, we have learned basic formatting tags like bold, italic, strong, emphasis, subscript, and superscript, etc. So, in this video, we will continue exploring a few more useful semantic and text-related HTML tags. So, the very first thing that we will explore today would be the abbr, or in simple terms, it is basically called as abbreviation. Okay, in simple terms, full form. Okay, so abbr tag is by default going to come up with an attribute called title. Let's say I'm going to pass inside the title called hypertext markup language, and in between the tags I'm going to pass HTML. So if I save this thing, let's go to the application, and when I hover on this thing, you see at the bottom it says hypertext markup language, and it's by default going to come up with a dotted border bottom. You can see that. So this is basically how the abbr tag works. Title again is an attribute. We have already seen title as a tag in the head part of the markup. And over here, you can clearly see, let's come down. We are seeing the same title as an attribute. Okay. So please remember that abbr is going to provide full form on hover, and abbr means abbreviation tag. Next, we do have something called address tag. So let me take something like house number 1-1-11 by 1, and I'll take a BR and Hyderabad 500001, something like this. And yeah, BR is mostly used for each and every line. If not, it's going to come in one line or only. And address basically is going to make the content, whatever content you're going to pass inside it, look like italics, like this. Okay. And mostly the address tag is used for contact information. Okay. And we can even pass author or company details. Okay. The next tag that we do have would be KBD or keyboard tag. So basically this tag, the keyboard or KBD tag, is used for keyboard input. Okay. For suppose, let me just try to take a paragraph, and inside this paragraph, I would like to pass in this KBD. Let me say press and control plus C. So here, let pass C also inside KBD, and here control over here in KBD. Okay. So press KBD opening and closing tag, pass in control plus KBD opening and closing in between pass C. Okay. And then let me do to copy. So press Control plus C to copy. Now here the way Control plus C is going to represent, again it's going to represent this way. You can see there is a slight syntax difference. The reason is it's going to display the data in monospace, the font. Okay, next. Then we do have citation tags, citation and quotation tags. So cite tag. So this are used for titles or titles of books, movies, or works, etc. Like for example, I can take a paragraph where I'll say, uh, let me take site tag, Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling is one of the best published books. Let me save this, and there you go. Okay, that's how the data will display. Then we do have quotation tags. By default, whatever content you're going to pass inside the quotation tags, it's going to come up with inside the quotations. So in short, it's going to be a quick Q tag. It's a paid tag again. Okay, and here let me say the paragraph, and inside the paragraph, I'll pass this quotation. But before that, I'll say he said, "Good morning." Okay, so let me save this thing and let's check the result. You see that the content "Good morning" goes inside the quotations. All right, next. Then we do have something called block quote. So whatever content you write inside the block quote, it's going to stand out. And one sec, I'll try to keep adding some lorem ipsum so that you can actually get the difference. Okay. By default, whatever content you write inside the block quote, it's going to center, or we can rather say stand out or highlight with inside the page or the web application. Okay, that's block quote for you. So this can actually be said to provide long quotations or usually intended. Okay, intended. Uh, so for in short terms, we are writing it as indented though, but it's quite commonly called as indentation. Okay, you can see that this content is properly indented or it is using proper indentation. Okay, anyways, that's block code for you. And you can even use something called code tag, which displays code snippets. Okay, like let me take code and I'll say console.log hello. Now this is a JavaScript code. We will understand what this means in the future JavaScript classes. But if I just try to come down, let's let me just try to zoom this thing in a little bit. And there you go. You can see how it's displaying. That's a code snippet for you. Okay. Then we do have a pretext or pre-tag. This basically preserves spaces and line breaks. Let me tell you one very interesting thing. In HTML, if you try to provide more lengthy spaces, it usually won't take it. Okay, you can see that. Excuse me. So no spaces are mentioned whatsoever, anywhere, or being displayed over there. But we do have this pre-tag which allow us to do so. I'll take pre-tag and let me say hello world. Let me save this. You see that? So it basically preserves spaces and line breaks. Next, we do have mark tag. As already mentioned in the last previous session, it will highlight the text. So let me say this is important. Excuse me. So you can see that, okay? The important is by default coming in a highlighted way. Usually it's showing background as yellow, but you can change later on in CSS. Next, we even do have small and big though. So small means smaller text and big represents bigger text. Okay, you can see the difference. Now, this tag is deprecated though, it is no more in use. Okay, rather we can use small tag, it's still working. Anyways, so these are the tags that I want to cover for text formatting. And one more important thing that I would like to tell you is that, see, uh, what all things that we have seen till now, you might have observed a little bit difference, some sort of difference at least, uh, in the classes that we have gone through. If you observe carefully, all the headings and paragraphs, they are coming one by one. But let me show you the reason they are coming one by one is because all the content that we have taken inside right now has been taken inside paragraph tag, and paragraph tags are something called block level elements. So the way we used to have two different types of tags like paid and unpaid tags, same way we do have two different types of elements, block elements and inline elements, block level elements and inline elements. So block elements are those which do take entire 100% width of the web page, whereas inline elements are those which do appear side by side. For block level elements, each and every time they appear in a new line. Okay, so let me actually show you an example to be more precise and understandable for you guys. So I can say this is bold and this is strong, and both of these things are not being taken inside a paragraph right now. So if I save this thing and if I go back, you can see they are coming in the same line. Both bold and strong are coming in a same line. Okay, even small tag we have used to pass smaller text, even that also is coming in the same line. So we do have two types of elements which are inline. So bold, the B tag, strong tag, small tag, and mark and code, keyboard, and quotation tag, citation tag. Okay, ABB tag. All these things are inline elements. Apart from block quote, block quote is usually block level element. Okay, and yeah. But whereas if I just try to take the same thing, bold and strong inside a P tag, you can see the difference, okay? This bold and this strong have been passed with inside the text formatting tags B and strong, whereas these two things are passed in paragraph tags. So now you can clearly understand that the difference is that the block level elements are those which do take 100% width of the web page and each and every time they appear in a new line. Whereas inline elements, they do appear side by side. Okay, this is really very, very important that you understand. From now on, please make sure to understand that elements also, you need to remember which element has to be taken while developing an application, whether we have to choose a block rule element or to choose an indent element. All right. So with this, I guess we can conclude this topic. In the next class, we will try to discuss about HTML lists. Okay. And yeah, if you do have any doubts, please comment me up. Okay. And if you remember the previous classes, I have told you to do an assignment. Okay, I've told you to take six celebrities' name for the headings and paragraphs assignment. So if you're still working on the same project, I would want you to enhance that project by using all this text formatting tags wherever necessary. Okay, and share it back to me. Okay, thank you so much. Again, if you do have any concerns or any queries with regards to this topic, the text formatting tags, you can always ping me up in the comments. I'll read each and every one of them and I'll revert you guys back. We will catch up in the next class. Thank you.